Hi students, good morning. You are watching class 5 subject social lesson 16 First War of Independence part 3. Today we are going to see last topic of this lesson, the revolt of 1857. Now we are going to see some of the causes of the revolt. This revolt was the first war of independence. All sections of the Indian society were unhappy under the British. The Indian kings were unhappy as they were afraid of losing their kingdoms. The farmers were unhappy because they were forced to grow cotton and indigo and had to pay heavy taxes. Traders and businessmen were unhappy because they were not allowed to trade or manufacture items of their own choice. Now we are going to see about military cause. There were many Indian soldiers in the British army. These soldiers were not given much respect by the British officers. Many of the Indian soldiers were intelligent, but they were not given higher position. All higher positions were given to the British officers. The immediate cause of the revolt was the introduction of the Enfield rifle. The cartridge of this rifle had a greased cover which had to be bitten off before use. The Indian soldiers believed that the grease was made with the fat of cows and pigs. The Indian soldiers refused to use this cartridge, and this led to the outbreak of the revolt of 1857. In Barakpur, a young Indian soldier named Mangal Pandey attacked his British officer on 29th March 1857. Mangal Pandey was hanged for the rebellion. This made his colleagues to revolt against the British. Later, on May 10, 1857, a revolt broke out among soldiers in Meerut. They marched to Red Fort in Delhi and declared Bahadur Shah Zafar, the Mughal emperor, as their king. Soon after, the rebellion spread to Kanpur, Agra, Allahabad, and many places in north and central India. Rani Lakshmibai, Tantiato, Bahat Khan, Nana Fadnavis, Meham, Hazrat Mahal and many other Nawabs and rulers also joined the protesting sepoys. The freedom struggle spread all over the country. The War of 1857 was a major turning point in the history of modern India, but the British suppressed the revolt with their strong army and modern weapons like rifle and cannons. Cannons means a large heavy gun usually mounted on a carriage as shown in figure. The revolt ultimately ended when Bahadur Shah Zafar was exiled to Rangoon in Myanmar, where he died in 1862, finally bringing the Mughal dynasty to an end. In 1858, the rule of the East India Company ended and was replaced by the rule of the British Crown. In other words, the administration of India was taken over by the government of England. Though the revolt failed, Indians were inspired by the bravery of those who fought against the British. It made them realize the injustice of the British rule and the value of freedom. It made them aware that if they stood united, they could defeat the British and gain independence. With this, we completed the lesson. Okay students, now it's time to do the book exercise. Shall we go? Take page number 118. First, fill in the blanks. Use pencil to write the answer. Is it clear students? So first question. Dash visited the court of Jahangir to obtain his permission to allow the British to trade with India? Answer is Sir Thomas Roy. Second one, in the Battle of Plassey, the British were led by dash. Answer is Robert Clive. Third, dash is the right to collect revenue. Answer is land revenue system. Fourth one, the Battle of Buxar was fought in dash. Answer is 1764. Fifth one, the dash is considered as the first war of independence. Answer is the revolt of 1857. Next, part B, choose the correct answer. First question, the Battle of Plassey was fought in dash. The answer is 1757. Second one, the British defeated Siraj-ud-Dowlah in dash. Battle of Plassey. Third one, subsidiary alliance was introduced by dash. Answer is Lord Wellesley. 4. The rebels of the revolt of 1857 considered dash as their emperor. Answer is Bahadur Shah Zafar. Fifth one, the British referred to the revolt of 1857 as dash. Answer, Sepoy Mutiny. Next, part C, write T for true and F for false statements. First question, Sir Thomas Roy visited Emperor Jahangir and obtained trading centers. Answer, true. Second one, the British became the paramount authority over Bengal after the Battle of Plassey. Answer is true. Third, doctrine of lapse was introduced by the French. Answer is false. Fourth one, the revolt of 1857 had equal participation of Muslims and Hindus. Answer is true. Fifth one, the British rule ended with the revolt of 1857. Answer is false. Okay students, hope you have completed part A, B and C book exercise in your book. Isn't it? Okay. Now it's time to write part D and E exercise in your classwork note. So take a fresh page in your classwork note, write lesson name, lesson number using black pen. Is it clear students? Part D, answer the following in few words. First question, list the European traders in the order of their arrival in India in the 17th century. Answer, in the 17th century, several European traders arrived in India. The Portuguese were the first to come, then the Dutch, followed by the French and finally the English. Second one, name the few places where the British established their factories. Answer, a few places where the British established their factories are Surat, Bharuch, Bombay, Calcutta, Madras and many other places. Third one, list two consequences of the Anglo-French Wars. Answer, the Anglo-French Wars ended French trade in India and established the supremacy of the British East India Company. Fourth question, who introduced the subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse? The subsidiary alliance was introduced by Governor General Lord Wellesley. Doctrine of lapse was introduced by Governor General Lord Dalhousie. Fifth one, name any three leaders of revolt of 1857. Three leaders of revolt of 1857 were Mangal Pandey, Rani Lakshmi Bai and Begum Hasrat Mahal. Next, part E, answer the following in detail. First question, why were the European traders keen to trade with India? The European traders were keen to trade with India because India was rich in spices and cotton textiles. Also, India was a huge market for their goods. Second one, why is It said that the Battle of Plassey changed the fortune of both the company and India. In 1757, the company won the Battle of Plassey, fought with Siraj-ud-Dowlah, the Nawab of Bengal, and Mir Zafar, his commander-in-chief. With this, the British gained a strong foothold over Bengal. It gained a control over the port of Bengal and strengthened its trade with India. The ruling powers of India gradually diminished after the Battle of Plassey. Third question, why did the British introduce policies like the subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse? For this question, refer page number 114, last paragraph. You have to write fully. Is it clear, students? Bye, students. Meet you all in the next video with new chapter.